Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages. It's Vin Robinson here with another Coast to Coast sport moment. And today's moment is a sport that's very dear to me, the sport of football. And through that connection, we've connected with a dear friend of mine, James West. We're here to represent HBCU colleges, the connection that it has to these athletes and how it propels them to go further. Some of these athletes have had great success in two leagues, the NFL, the CFL, and even post-play, they have continued to carry through with the game life after football, and it's still affecting players. It's contagious. It's awesome. The religion of football is something that continues to grow, and we're here to talk about the pipeline. So lay back, chill out, relax, pop that corn, and kick it with us here on the Coast to Coast Sports Show. You're watching the Coast to Coast Sports Show.
Don't know, like when the West was playing in the CFL. Hey, now, would you enjoy this every time you have a sack or make a tackle? They play a song, Wild Wild West.
Oh, he's like a baseball player walking out there to your own theme
every
music.
Every time he made a play, they played the Wild Wild West song.
By Kumo D.
Kumo D.
That was not my idea, I'm going to tell you. Sometimes I wouldn't even, if I was close to the tackle, they'd make the song. So it had nothing to do with me. I'm just telling
But you know what, guys like myself are proud of that, to see a brother from HBCU taking up so much TV time. That's big time, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, and brother like me is surprised they're giving it to me, but I ain't giving it back.
No, you earning it. They didn't give it to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man. But where you at? Where you at now, Doug?
I'm up here in Washington.
Oh, you're in Washington. Oh.
Yeah. I've been here. I'm going my 7th year now.
Good. Good. You enjoying
He's
it?
an executive, Mike. He's executive.
He'll tell y'all man. They just taking care of old guys. Just keep me in office. That's all. Look, I'm not gonna complain because
keep a little check coming. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No. I'm not complaining.
Senior vice president of what is it? Player development.
BS.
Hey, whatever. Because you know what's funny is I see Dan Snyder. I spent time with Snyder down in the Bahamas.
He told me. I think he told me that.
Yeah, so I spent time. He had I was down there one time. He had Jonathan Allen down there with his family.
You did?
Down there too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice kid, man.
Jonathan's a real good guy.
Hey, let me say this right quick first. First of all, we being recorded, but it's not social media. But I wanted y'all to meet Damon. If y'all didn't already know Damon ahead of time. Damon Allen also played the Canadian Football League for like 23 years. Of course, y'all know that's Marcus's brother, so he in with us too as well.
I know who
Damon's the better looking of the Allen brothers.
I appreciate that, Mike.
I'm about to tell Marcus that.
Hey, but I definitely grew up loving sports, watching sports, and I watched Strahan, come after the pass for being a quarterback myself, and I watched Doug, Williams in that Super Bowl. Man, it's always a blessing, man, to be able to to give respect to great football players, and so I'm glad to be on with my good friend James West, and looking forward to I guess Robert Brazil is supposed to be on as well.
Well, Robert had to get off. Doug, tell him what I told you when I told you Brazil was going to get off.
I told him he ain't got nothing going. He just be BSing you. hey, Damon, you from San Diego, though, right?
Yeah, we're born and raised in San Diego, man. So it was significant to see you play down there in that Super Bowl, man, and throwing those beautiful spirals, man. And as a quarterback, our ball and the way we throw the football is based on how we can spin it, right? So you was definitely spinning it that day.
You got to make it easy to catch, no matter how fast or how hard you spin.
Absolutely.
Hey, Michael, you know, the Super Bowl, brought y'all trophy to the thing at the platform, remember? In Arizona.
Yeah, I remember that. I got pictures of that. I may have a picture around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Of that.
Every time you do the cooking show, I see that back there in the background a lot of times too as well. That's either a lot of alcohol or a picture.
Nah, no, you know, this is like my garage. So that is a bar. That's a lot of alcohol back there because I got a lot of friends who like to drink. But it's this pandemic has nobody over here, so it just sit there on display looking good.
Yeah,
but that's about it. But I do Thursday nights here for Fox.
Okay.
But last few years, everybody's been flying out here.
Right.
To do the show from New York. But then this year they didn't want to fly anybody out here because of everything that's going on. So I just do the pregame show. I mean, the pregame, I don't have to do halftime and all that. Yeah. So to be honest with you, it actually made it easier. I can get home and get some sleep, not like getting home at midnight and then got to wake up and go to GMA in the morning. Now I get home at 8:30, 8:45.
Hey, props! You do a good job on the NFL, man. So it's really,
I appreciate it.
Really cool, the entertainment aspect that you bring to the game, and not only you are a good football player, but I met you personally at my brother's golf tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, and you were with a very beautiful young lady at that time.
Yep.
You got good eyes.
Yeah. I've had a good life, man. I've had a good life. I ain't gonna lie to you. It has not been bad. I don't think it's been bad for any of us, but it's been good.
That's
life.
Right, brother. It's all good, brother.
He's a good scout. He's a good scout.
So Wes, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I'm just glad to see you because I was just telling Doug too as well. I said, me and Mike talk all the time via text message. I send him a weekly message, this and that, just find out how he's doing, especially with Tanita and Sophia and Isabel and NJ and, your whole entire family. Me and Mike are from the same city. We were in Houston, but, of course, he was over there in Mannheim. We were there in Germany over there for a time. So he came back over here to go to Westbury High School in Houston and then went back over there. I think you graduated your senior year over there.
Yeah.
Which means that you were highly educated over in Germany. So, I mean, your parents allowed that. They wouldn't let you, bypass any other sport to do what you did because some people don't know or reminded it, but you only started playing football, just like myself, for 1 year prior to going to college. And
wow.
That's what we have a lot in similar.
Well, I mean, I played when I was like 7 and 8 years old.
Right.
Okay. They went to Germany, and over in Germany, it's not like here. Over there, you say football. They like, okay, give you that soccer ball and go kick it. But I'm watching it, and they're like, oh, you don't want to play soccer? And I didn't realize. I was like, oh, they don't let you out the game. You don't get a break. There's no substitute. You got to run the whole game. I'm like, nah, brother, I ain't running that much, man. I'm too lazy for soccer. I watch it. I don't even know the rules, nothing. But I didn't do anything. And then my senior year, my dad was like, oh, you can come back to the stage. You can go back to the stage. You're going to get a football scholarship. You're going to do all these things. And I think because he didn't say if, he just kept saying when. I just thought it was supposed to be easy. I didn't know it was supposed to be tough to go back to the States and play football and get a scholarship. But thank God for Texas Southern. Thank God for Walter Highsmith over there, and who gave me a scholarship and gave me the education, and it was perfect because coming from Germany, had I come back and went to a bigger school, I think I would have got swallowed up. I think it would have been overwhelming. Yeah. But to come back and be at Texas Southern right there in the heart of Houston, it was perfect. Perfect situation.
Hey, so is that where you got your motive from through playing soccer?
No, I didn't play soccer. I watched soccer. Now I'm too lazy to play soccer, man.
Okay.
That was too much. Damon,
I thought you said you were participating in it. Okay.
No, too much running, brother. Too much running for me. But you know what I did when I was 13? I was a little chunky, as I call it, big boned.
Big bone.
And my brothers used to make fun of me because I'm the youngest of 6. Brothers and their friends gave me a nickname, Bob. And I didn't know what they meant. I thought it was cool. I'm the youngest running with the older kids. And Bob meant booty on back. So it got me because I literally bought the VHS, Jane Fonda VHS tapes. Mm-hmm. And I was doing like leg lifts, all that stuff. And then that's when Herschel Walker was coming out. So I bought the Herschel Walker workout book. And Herschel came to Heidelberg, Germany, the next town over, went over there, had a chance to meet him, got a little Polaroid in my picture signed. And crazy enough, I played against and with Herschel years later. But that's why I started working out. My dad used to always make me get up, work out, and do stuff because he knew I wanted to get in shape. And we would go out in the woods and just run. And I really think as I got older and on the football field, having Walter Highsmith as a coach and asking to come out of a game was a no-no. And having a father who was military man, like, there's no quit. Mm-hmm. So it's a big, when you have to do something because you don't have a chance, then, because you don't have a choice, that's a big difference than choosing to do something, man.
Right.
Motivation's different.
What year you was at Texas Southern, Mike?
I was 89 to 93.
Oh, man, 89 93. I was long gone.
Oh, yeah. Don't remind me.
Mine was 77.
Hold on. Where were you? Where were you, Grandma?
My last year was 77.
Right.
Wow.
So Mike, I was a freshman when I played against Doug. And then when he gone, I played against his brother Mike. And Mike played up in the Canadian Football League for a moment in time. As a matter of fact, he played one of the teams that Damon played on.
Yeah, he was up there for about three or 4 years, I think.
What team did he play for?
He played for Edmonton at the season. I think he went to Toronto.
And Edmonton for a year. Edmonton for a year.
He went to Edmonton for a year, man.
Yeah.
And sure Damon, don't you have every record up in Canada?
No, not anymore, man. The way they throw the football up here, I'm gonna give you a stat. When I broke the first record, it was 16 years in. The record was owned by Ronnie Lancaster. He played 19 years. He had the 50,000-yard passing mark, and he held it for 22 seasons. And so when I broke it year 16 at 50, I put it to 72,000. I didn't hold mine for 3 years. 3 years. He held his for 22. I didn't hold mine for 3 years, and it's the record's owned by Anthony Cavillo. He's at 78,000 yards. I'm at a little bit over 72,000. But
yeah, you know how many yards you got?
I have no. It's about 25, maybe.
I think he had at least about like 8,000 or 9,000 yards.
Who?
Yes.
Shoot.
But, that Super Bowl stands out. But I'm just so excited about us HBCU guys being here, illuminating, how, in times of the difficulty, we processed it and went through. I wouldn't want to do it all over. If I did it all over again, I would still want to go through Texas Southern.
It all depends, James. Somebody asked me that question the other day, and I thought it was unfair to say if you was coming out today,
right,
would you scrambling or would you go to one of the Power Five?
Right.
When I went, remember this, I played against my freshman year. I played against Walter Payton and Robert Bazille and Jackie Slater.
Yeah.
All them boys, and Ricky Young. That year coming out the draft, they had 9 guys drafted that year. And when I came out, remember, you wasn't able to play quarterback in the Southwest Conference and in the SEC if you was black. So it's crazy. It's hard to compare where I would be going today if it was the same thing.
That's correct.
So
I think what's happened too, Doug, to expand on what you're talking about is it seems like when you go to a big school, the opportunities of or the percentage of getting drafted are much higher due to the exposure and being a big school. And now you're getting kids are getting drafted just because you go to Alabama and you didn't play 4 years, you still getting the opportunity to get drafted. And I think sometimes at the HBC school, man, we work it, and it's a different mentality and which holds true to that is it doesn't matter what school you go to.
If you can play.
If you can play, you can make it.
But let me
did you play against Steve McNair?
Yeah. I knocked Steve out.
So let me say this.
I played against Steve. That was the toughest quarterback I ever played against.
Right.
And I'll never forget, we're up at Mississippi Valley. I put that joker to sleep. When I tell you, If I would have been fined more than my paycheck if it would have been in the NFL the way they put those flags now for breathing on a guy. I hit him under the chin, straight up helmet, sleep. And that fool came back in and lit us up in the fourth quarter to win the game. I said, this guy is amazing.
No,
The best quarterback I've ever played against in college, the most competitive, one of the most competitive players, period, I ever played against in my whole career. So, yeah.
You said Mississippi Valley? That's Willie Totten, ain't it?
No. He played at
Alcorn.
Alcorn State. Alcorn. I'm thinking about Alcorn.
Yeah. You said Mississippi Valley was Willie Totten and Jerry Rice, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right. Alcorn was Mississippi Valley with Jerry Rice. But that's right. It was Alcorn. But I tell you, McNair was just strong as an ox, man, and just tough. But you saw that in his game when he went to the Titans. I mean, he was just that guy.
Yeah.
Just a tough dude with the Oilers, Titans, and unfortunately, his life ended the way it ended. But what an incredible player. And talk about what Doug and you guys said about, I know for me, if I had to go back and do it over again, I mean, would it have been great to be on TV? We were on BET. I felt like I was on Monday Night Football. You got the guys out there putting on spats and spray painting them black.
Right.
Like we on BET. We on Monday Night Football. John Madden's about to call this thing. But that, I look back and it gave me such gratitude to be in the NFL where I'm out here in college. I'm wearing one pair of shoes for everything. I don't walk up to my locker and got a new pair of custom-made Nike that fit my feet and all this stuff. I'm not crazy. I'm not crying when we go to they give the little mess hall food. I'm like, man, there's some good eating. You don't know what it's like to get on a bus.
Go back for a second. Remember that, though.
Yeah. But you know what? I remember getting on a bus and driving from Texas to Florida to play a game, and they got a bag lunch. I'll never eat at Shoney's ever again. I'll tell you that. Or going up to play Grambling and getting food poisoning the night before the game from eating those chicken wings from a bus stop. You don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying?
Doug laughed, and he knows the truth. We know this is the truth.
And I can't give that up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would go back and do it all over again. I can't give it up because I think it made me realize how tough and how hard life really is, and it's not cushy. And when I see guys complain about certain things, I just want to say, you know what? I can tell you ain't gonna last longer. You've never been pushed. You've never been challenged outside, on the field or off the field, like I know I have, and like I know we have, coming from where we came from.